It's going to be you versus a man with a bin on his head. That's slightly embarrassing for you to go up against a man with a bin on his head, no?
Looks like Nigel Farage is about to face his biggest challenge yet.
I was on my way back home to Sigma 9, bit of R&R, and then old Nigel throws his toys out of the pram, has a hissy fit.
That's right, we're going to get an absolutely generational by-election here with Nigel Farage and Count Binface.
Nigel Farage will be up against Count Binface, and of course the Count now joins us.
On the one hand, we have a joke politician who cheapens the whole idea of UK democracy.
You harass my family anymore, and I'll take you with serious consequences. That's what your organisation has done this morning. Go away.
And in the other corner, we've got long-standing British veteran politician Count Binface.
What is your appeal going to be to the people of Clacton?
Well, I'm not Nigel Farage.
All of this, of course, stemming from the £5 million that Nigel Farage was gifted months ago.
You haven't spent any of it?
It's none of your business. It's literally none of your... How much of your salary do you spend on beer, on petrol?
This blatantly corrupt £5 million elephant in the room has came back to bite him in the arse.
I've thought about it hard, and I've decided today I will resign as a Member of Parliament for Clacton-on-Sea, thereby forcing a by-election.
Now for once the parties in the UK have actually done something pretty cool. They've all got together and collectively decided we're not going to run against Nigel Farage, we're going to let him run against this bin-faced guy and make the thing an absolute joke.
Do you think this is what the people of Clacton really want or need?
You have to ask them, won't you? I'm asking them.
Why shouldn't you be held to the same account as other MPs?
Well, I am being for the people.
Mr Farage, you say it's so the people can decide, but it's not much of a decision between you and Count Binface, is it?
Like, some of the comments on his videos that he's posting are pretty good. Like, usually he does get quite a lot of support online, but over the past week or so, people have been absolutely rinsing him.
Let me be absolutely clear. I have done nothing wrong. I have not broken the law in any way at all.
Nigel was obviously expecting that by resigning and then firing off another by-election, he could do one of two things. One, obviously escape from the investigations that are ongoing in Parliament into this £5 million.
We need to let that investigation run its course. And I think the reason why Nigel Farage is doing this is because he is very worried that he's going to be found to have done something wrong.
This is a desperate stunt from Nigel Farage, and it's obvious why he's doing it. He is up to his neck in sleaze.
Two is to try and shift the narrative onto the other parties by involving them all in this by-election that he can control, which has also backfired massively since they've all decided, you know what, we're not going to do that, you can just argue with yourself.
Conservative leader Kemi Badenoch called Farage's move a gimmick and said her party would not stand in the quote fake by-election. Labour called the whole thing a circus and its National Executive Committee agreed it would not stand. Lib Dem leader Ed Davies said his party was not standing and would refuse to give oxygen to Farage's vanity project. The Green Party also confirmed its local members had decided not to stand in the by-election.
And in steps the hero of this story.
I'm going to rephase the traffic lights on Liverpool Road. I'll price cap Wicken kebabs at £2. I'll make cyclists who disobey the highway code have to ride unicycles instead.
Count Binface was born on the planet Sigma 9.
Of you appear to be in outer space and wearing your bin.
But what else would you expect, mate? You know, I was on my way back home to Sigma 9, bit of R&R.
Now I know what a lot of you people in Clacton are thinking right now, yeah? Why should I vote for this Sigma 9 Space Marine guy? Like, what's he gonna do for me?
I'll price cap 99 flakes at 99 pence. I think the Clacton folk will like that one. And
I'm glad you've asked actually, because in my opinion, I actually think his policies are far superior to that of Reform UK.
And I'll make water bosses have to take a dip in British rivers to see how they like it.
One of my favourite policies of Binface, which people my age would probably appreciate, is that the Count is planning to build at least one affordable house in Clacton, as well as nationally, which I think is a much more realistic housing programme than anything on offer by Reform, Labour or the Conservatives, if I'm being quite honest.
But most of my national policies will remain. Building at least one affordable house, nationalising Adele, bring back CFAX.
As well as this, the Count also matches Nigel's credentials in being local to the Clacton area. And actually, he's been there about as much as Nigel has.
Well, I've been to Clacton precisely 0 times, because based on the activities of the incumbent, I thought that was what you were supposed to do.
What the Count may lack in local knowledge of the Clacton area, he definitely makes up for his breadth of political knowledge of the UK as a whole. He spent the last 20 to 30 years, super invested in politics. He's ran in so many local elections that actually I think that we may as well just give him a try at this point, you know?
My job is to celebrate and defend the wonders of British democracy. And look at this, hey? The fact that you're interviewing me on the Today programme, because all the other parties aren't standing, says more about them than it does about me.
The Count is far more of a man of the people than Nigel Farage, where Nigel Farage was a day trade and commodities broker.
I reckon I worked it out, because so much of what you get is after tax. But if you used the secretarial allowances to pay your wife, on top of all the other games that you could play, I reckon this job in sterling terms is worth over £250,000 a year to you.
Binface is a humble space warrior from Sigmund 9, who completely understands people's concerns with like inflation and the cost of living. He's big on the cost of living, man.
But I'm not just a pretty face, I also have the best manifesto, including price capping croissants, renaming London Bridge after Phoebe Waller, and here's a new one, making Thames water bosses take a dip in the Thames to see how they like it.
Quite frankly, Nigel Farage doesn't have a leg to stand on when it comes to relating to the everyman, in my opinion. I know he may be like a millionaire guy who takes a picture drinking a pint every now and then, but I don't think that flies. To me, I would much rather vote a space warrior than this guy who pretends to drink pints.
To declare something that is an unconditional, non-political, personal gift.
Binface also has an excellent manner of dealing with the media. He can call them out as well as work with them in order to get the best outcome in terms of his own public image and his party as a whole.
Policies didn't go down too well, did they, with the good people of Makerfield? I believe you got 95 votes at the recent by-election. So how are you hoping to do any better?
What a disgracefully scornful tone. How dare you? 95 actual votes? That's a Dolly Parton. 95, just one shy of a reversed 69, which I scored against Boris.
He's also not afraid to call out figures like Nigel Farage or Andy Burnham or anyone for that matter. He's like his own man. He's got balls the size of the Millennium Dome.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling very excited to talk to the news operation, which seems to flout Ofcom at every turn. Congratulations. See, because I believe elected mayors should serve out their terms before they're eligible to stand for Parliament.
Oh, you've made a sensible serious political point there.
Well, no, you're supposed to be impartial, mate, so let me carry on.
Compare this to Farage, who flips his f***ing lid every time someone asks him a question. I think I know who I prefer. Look at how much of a little bitch he is now that people actually try and ask him questions about shady things that he's done.
Please, what has happened to this £5 million gift?
With all due respect, what's it got to do with you? No one cares. No one cares at all.
The Parliamentary Standards Watchdog care because they are investigating
Well, they are.
Was it a mistake not to declare the gift, sir?
Did you not hear me? You have broken all the rules, Leveson and everything else. Cut.
Sky News has not contacted Mr Farage's family over the story.
Because his ego is as big as his fucking Swiss bank account, he can't comprehend the little people actually asking him questions.
You've said that £5 million was for lifelong security for you. You've also said it was a gift. Can you just clarify?
No. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. It's an unconditional gift. I can spend it on cars if I want to. It's entirely up to me, right? But there is a specific reason for this. I have been physically the most attacked and endangered politician in Britain for now well over a decade.
And like I said before, our humble hero just can't be thrown off. Whenever these guys ask him a question, he's just right there with the big f*** you, do you know what I mean?
Tell me about your manifesto. What can you offer the people of Clacton? Have you ever been there?
No, because I understand from the current incumbent that is part of how you do the job. So I deliberately stayed away. Is that how it works?
Some of you guys know I don't like the mainstream media, but fair play to them here. They have actually given the Count quite a lot of airtime, and they are sort of listening to him. Yeah, okay, a few of them are doing it as a joke, but I mean, that's how Nigel Farage started, right?
This periodic visitor from another galaxy has policies which may prove popular in Clacton. Nationalising model railways, for instance, and also nationalising Adele.
If it was a performance piece, I think we would criticise it as being more on the nose than that fucking Black Mirror episode where the Prime Minister fucks a pig. In fact, this is literally a Black Mirror episode where that fucking parody dog thing becomes like the 1984 Big Brother of the UK.
No one takes you seriously. That's why no one votes.
By encouraging people not to care, you're actively dangerous.
Dangerous? You think the public can't be trusted?
Look, I know this sounds pretty hyperbolic, but I think it shows how low Reform and Nigel Farage have dragged the UK, as well as the other parties, let's be honest. I'm not defending the Conservatives or the Labour at this point. I mean, look at the way that Burnham was parachuted into Labour. I've complained about this as well, like, watch that video.
There is a small, a bit like Avengers Endgame, there is a small window of opportunity within which I actually become an MP.
With all that said, Clacton, you have the opportunity to do one of the best things that we've ever seen in British politics. People will talk about this for the next 500 years if Nigel Farage loses.
Do you know how much it is to stand for London Mayor?
I have absolutely no idea.
10 grand.
10 grand.
£1,000. So, you
That
know,
rules me out.
Speaking, but for those ones, I have to crowdfund.
Get out there and vote for the Count. He's a space warrior, he's excellent with the media, he has great national and local policies. I can't stress enough that I think that he will do a lot of good in Clacton.
It's the taking part that counts. My job is to demonstrate that British democracy is wonderful and unique in the entire cosmos, because you can stand for whatever you want. You can stand no matter who you want. You could stand if you want. Come and join me.
As a final message, guys, I'm still making videos. I got a new job recently, which is why I didn't do any last month. So I'm back on it now. So there'll still be a few. I try to do it every 2 to 3 weeks. I'm not a one-a-week guy.